Hey guys, so it is early in the AM and I've got some energy. Feeling fantastic on me, but this is not so much a video about the business. No, this is going to be a video on how to clear up the business, not the business, of nonsense. There's so much conflicting information out there, and I think it's time that we have a talk about it. Okay, here we go. The more I talk about keto, the more it becomes so evident and so incredibly clear. This stuff is not complicated, okay? It is not complicated. You guys make it complicated by wanting to keep all bad habits still in your life. That's the debate. The debate isn't, how much fat, it's very clear how much fat, how much protein, carbohydrate, type of carbs, net carbs, total carbs, how to measure your food, sleep, if you're coming at keto with metabolic damage. This is not difficult. These are just small friggin' details to get you to the middle of the bridge, but really what gets you beyond that bridge is the willingness to let go of things that really aren't helping you in the first place. So let's get right onto it. Myth number 1, a little bit of protein is not going to bother you. Wrong! So as much as you guys don't want to hear this, because I work with so many people with glucometers, that 1 gram beyond what their body can use available right away gets converted into glucose. And I've seen it over and over and over again. But what you might find are people on the internet who have not used glucometers and had people write their journal, because that's very important. When you're writing a journal, you can see very clearly your reaction, your blood glucose response, and the things that you might want to look for is that postprandial slump post-lunch. That's a big indication, because once you're on ketones, you don't have a glucose insulin response. So not only am I using glucometers, which can be also subjective, but I'm also tracking people's journals because they write down each day their physical reaction to trying this lifestyle. As we know, it's the non-BS. Because I got some energy. Yeah! Okay, so let's continue with this whole stuff here. What else? Okay. So, 1 gram of protein. What is your protein tolerance level? So to make things simple, I have people just bring their protein under 100. Now, I really want to bring it way under 100. But I start just by saying under 100 because you guys really just tip over 100. I've got women over 100, and that is a big no-no, because women, as much as I have, the business, right? As much as I have it, I still have estrogen. And my lean body, my bits, my lady bits still are going to have estrogen and body fat. So at the end of the day, women have less muscularity. A fit woman to a fit man, I'm not talking about fit woman to a non-fit man, is still going to have less mitochondria response as a man with more muscle mass in the body. So with that said, here we go. 1 gram of protein, too much, can spike your glucose, because instantly what your body cannot use gets converted into glucose. That's a fact, and there's nothing you can do about it. And since our bodies are primed and conditioned to use glucose and not ketones, because we've had so much carbohydrate and simple sugars and processed foods in our diets, the SAD diet, no, that's what the brain becomes addicted to. What else? Carbs. If you eat cruciferous vegetables, you don't have to measure them. If you lightly saute your cruciferous, which are your fibrous vegetables, you're good, right? So no beets, no eggplant, no yellow squash, and easy on the zucchini. Like, don't do the zucchini pasta. I would just add it as a little bit of accoutrement to the plate. I would just add a little bit extra, but not the main thing. Your main source of vegetables should always be cruciferous veggies. Always, 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 always. What else? Okay. So, cruciferous vegetables you can put in salad form or sauteed. Now, if you steam it, be careful because steaming it gets it kind of mushy. Some of y'all, you want to get that crunch still up in there. For those who've got nightshade issues, oxalate issues, you're going to have to do your due diligence and see if you've got eczema issues and you can't handle spinach, for example. Yes. Even though spinach is incredibly high in potassium, it is my #1 go-to for potassium because those potassium pills are toxic. That's the only reason why they allow it to get up to 99 milligrams is because of the toxicity in concentrated magnesium, or else they'd go higher, but that can hurt your liver. So getting your potassium from plant source foods is incredibly important, which is not discussed on these message boards or on this YouTube stuff because people are obsessed with food porn and before and after pictures. Really? Really? Come on, you guys. If life is easy, then something's wrong. I learned that from my 3 continents in 6 months, that every time I come back to this city, the reason why I would even complain about it is because it's easy. So I'm going to come back here and challenge myself because I am so lucky to live the humble existence that I live. So I'm not complaining about small things in my reality of doing keto. But let's keep on going with it. What's your protein tolerance? If I go back, rewind. Rewind for a second. Yes, my protein, for me, 53 grams. Yo, I gained 15 pounds of muscle in a year and a half. Now, mind you, I had a lot of red meat, which has a ton of creatine, and my body responded very quickly to creatine, so I just kept building and building and building and building and building and building. So now I went from 113 to 128, and now I am at a good sweet spot at around, I'm 5'3", and I weigh about 125 to 26 pounds. Nice and lean, although the light is diffused, so everything's about the lighting, but I'm feeling fantabulous. I'm feeling fabulous. All right, let's keep going with this stuff. So my protein is 53 grams of protein. I work out 6 days a week, not because I'm trying to hit physical goals. It's because that, my friends, is my meditation time. Yes, that's the time where I clear my mind out from everything. Everything. And I focus on one thing. And it might just be a handstand. It might be just hands on that one spot. Hands on that one spot. But I love it. For me, working out isn't working out. It's not working out. Or working out. No. Working out to me is my meditation time. So don't get it twisted. Because a lot of y'all do not understand because your concepts of working out are over-stressing the body. Which is another subject on how to work out on keto. So let's keep going. All right. Yes. Men, I've got men over 6 feet, 75 to 85 grams of protein, even 85 is pushing it. So y'all men who are under 5'10", yeah, I would keep it around 70. But these are guesses. Everybody's got their exact protein tolerant level. Do your due diligence, get a glucometer, journal, and find out what it is. Yeah, find out if you got the energy. Find out if your blood glucose begins to drop. That's very, very, very important because if your blood glucose is high, ketones become unusable for the body. Okay, what else? I'm so excited! I'm excited, I'm freaking grateful. Yes! Grateful at 48. 6 years and counting in nothing but straight up ketosis. I'm feeling so stoked. Okay, what else, what else, what else? So we got our carbs. That's the easy one. Y'all try to do no carbs. You try to do 5 net carbs of like 1 cup of a veggie the whole day. And I'm like, nah. You need your prebiotic fiber because we've destroyed our gut flora. It is what it is. And hunter-gatherer societies didn't need to eat fiber because they didn't down-regulate their gut flora through toxins and EMF poisoning and chemtrails and pesticides and antibiotics. No, they didn't do that. Their wildlife and their gut wasn't demolished. So they could use just pure fat like the Inuit tribe to eliminate. Because fat slides all the way through them pipes. And if you actually think about it, okay. If you actually think about it, yes, people don't understand how much the gut plays a role. What are you confused about? Your gut's fracked up. And people don't understand this concept of fat, which is my next macronutrient. Now, how much fat? Well, let's start at 200 because I work with people, y'all. And as much as some of y'all don't like to hear the digressions of the videos and you don't like the quality of my iPad, I don't care. Because I'm going to keep spewing out the information for now. Later we'll get into high def quality, whatever. It doesn't matter right now. Let's get the information out there. Now, fat, I've tested this over and over and over. 200 grams is what will get your brain to stop wanting the glucose in the absence of dietary carbohydrates. 50% animal fat. How do I get the fat in? Really? Come on, y'all. I don't really think it's difficult to get 200 grams of fat in. I think the fear supersedes, right, the placebo effect. So you're like gagging on the fat because you've been taught your entire life that it's bad for you. Yet when you drop soda, orange juice, lemonade, syrup on the floor, every single thing sticks to it. And when you drop butter or olive on the floor, it slides. And that's what's going on with your arteries. Things slide right on through your arteries, and advanced glycation end product is the stickiness. It damages the protein in your cells, the lining of the protein of every cell, and makes it sticky, and every cell becomes essentially glued together. So what you see on the floor when you are on the countertop, that's what happens to your arteries. Yes! Yes! And fat slides all the way through. So in theory, if you up your fat, if you're constipated, you should be able to eliminate. But the problem is your guys' gut flora is demolished. It's horrible. So let's keep going because you know I got a lot more to say. So get your fats up to 200. I don't care if you're a 5 foot tall girl. Do it! 50% animal fat. And if you don't know how to get your animal fat in, cook with it. Right? Pour it onto food. Put it in bone broth. See, I add fat to my bone broth. I'll put a stick of butter in my bone broth on a 6-quart pot. I'll add duck fat to my bone broth on top of the butter. I'll make fatty teas. I'll make fat bombs with no cacao. No. No, no, no. No caffeine response, no mycotoxins. Bye-bye. Ceylon cinnamon if you don't have eczema. Because when I went to Ecuador, I stayed with my friend who had eczema, and we literally would watch him drink like a fatty tea with cinnamon. Boom! Super, hyper, eczema, inflammation, skin response. And a lot of you guys got itchy scalp. Yes? Eczema on the knuckles, the elbows, the knees, the shins. There's a lot of foods you can't eat on keto, and it is what it is. Now, okay. I'm going to have to do a part 2. Yes, part 2 coming up. Peace out. Bink.